So we've been able to put a little bit of meat behind the vegetables that make up our DNS server. To that, what we really mean is that we've created some zones at last, so we're hosting some of our own information. We started off by editing the named.conf. Remember, we were working on the Ubuntu system, and they have then the named.conf.local file. And in there, we were able then to put in our zone definitions, or the stanzas that define the properties of the zone. We created then the forward zone, and the zone that we were using was example.com. This is where we put in our resource records, and those resource records can be made up of things like the start of authorities, the name server, address, MX, CNAME records. We also looked at creating a reverse zone, and a reverse zone then allows us to do our lookups from the IP address through to the domain name. With this, they have the suffix in-addr.arpa, and the zone is named itself on the reverse of the IP address. The primary resource record that we use then with these is the pointer or PTR record. Once we had created the zone files, then we changed the group ownership through to the bind user. And we also were able to check the syntax using the name-checkconf and -z. This is the easiest way, but it's going to check the configuration file and all of the master zones that we look after. And finally, we reloaded our DNS server, and we did this with the rndc command and the reload subcommand. Before we look at creating our slave server, we'll just go through some of the logs and some of the tools that we can use to troubleshoot DNS.